Alrighty, we're back. Welcome to iRational, where you are either irrational or irrational. So, what are we going to talk about today, Eagle?
Well, I believe we're going to look at an article. One is on the correct news and one is on the fake news.
I don't agree with that. I think they're both fake and biased, I guess. Well, fake is unverified.
Whatever, just read it.
Okay, let's do it. So, what news article are we going to look today, Eagle?
Well, we're going to look at Trump at Alabama.
All right, Trump at Alabama. So you read the Breitbart one, and I will read the DJ Khaled. I will read the CNN one.
Okay, you start.
Sure. CNN. President Trump touted his Twitter. Hello. President Donald Trump touted his Twitter presence while campaigning for fellow Republican Luther Strange on Friday night.
Oh, okay. Now I read the Breitbart one.
شو حالك? Hey, hello, my friend. All right.
Trump holds rally for DC swamp creature Luther Strange.
Hold on a sec. So CNN says that he is a fellow Republican, but Breitbart says that he is a
Swamp creature.
أنت تعرف تقرأ عربي؟ نعم، أعرف أقرأ عربي.
Oh yeah, that's right. Believe me.
Cool. So that's the first difference. The next one, what do we got here? Senator Luther Strange, even though Alabama voters who still support Trump,
Oh, yeah, that's right. We're leaving.
Okay, whatever. They say that the candidate Roy Moore is the candidate who was more aligned with the agenda that got Trump elected. That's interesting.
Why is that interesting?
Well, because Breitbart, it looks to me like what they're saying is that the Trump supporters or former Trump supporters are with the agenda, not with Trump, based upon this line.
Yeah, because he's going bad.
Well, that's your opinion.
Of course it's mine. Who is it? Yours?
Well, obviously not, yeah. So if we look at CNN, CNN says that he's a fellow Republican. So completely different news. Very interesting stuff. All right. The president took a moment to celebrate his ability to speak directly to his base via Twitter. This is from CNN. The great thing about Twitter, Trump said, when the press is dishonest, which is most of the time, and when they say, I don't want to build a wall, I can tweet, that was a false story, boom, boom, boom.
Don't make fun of him.
No, I'm not. I'm just reading it.
Okay, move on.
All right, so now it's about Trump as bashing the media. But if we go back to Breitbart, what they say is,
we're sending Trump someone who has our back, not Mitch McConnell's,
said Palin. All right, cool. So it's a completely different article. I find that interesting. So, especially when one considers the agenda that got Trump elected in the first place may cause people in Alabama to scratch their heads like they did when Alabama hired Mike Pence to coach its football team last decade. Interesting stuff. So, very, very different news from both sides. Let's have a look here. So, CNN just talks about Trump with his use of Twitter, and it looks to me like they're doing it in tongue-in-cheek, as they like to say. Every time he tweets, I am entertained. Sometimes I'm informed. It tells me what to care about. It tells me what he's thinking, Scott Adams says, an early Trump supporter. It's funny because Scott Adams is not actually a Trump supporter. He just said that he would win, but he publicly endorsed Hillary Clinton and then Gary Johnson and then Trump and then back. Hey, Liran. Hey, I found you again. CNN aired a special report, Twitter and Trump, which explores the president's prolific and controversial use of the platform. Okay, that doesn't look like anything special to me, but when I look at Breitbart, it's all about he's supporting the wrong candidate and the supporters are against Trump, which is sort of weird because it's still filling up, which means that I guess whoever is left supporting him are still a lot of people. So that's quite interesting. It's very fascinating to get completely different news about the same article from two different news sources. Seeing how people in media pretend to be shocked by Trump's hyperbolic use of tweets and declarations. It's boring, isn't it? No, I actually find this is the real news is the difference here between what Breitbart and CNN actually say. It's amazing that CNN focused on the Twitter feed and said that this Luther Strange is actually a fellow Republican, but with Breitbart, it looks like the Republican is the actual enemy based upon their article, and it looks also like a lot of his supporters are leaving him based upon what they said. Because they said here, where are we here? I forgot. I've lost it. Damn it. I had a really good point to make too. Here it is. Yeah. So it says here, the candidate, Roy Moore is the candidate who was more aligned with the agenda that got Trump elected to the White House. They didn't say with Trump. They said with the agenda that got him elected. And now they're saying that Trump is siding with the swamp character, and Sarah Palin is actually against this supporting of this guy as well. So that's very interesting stuff. Completely different reports. Not as interesting as I thought it would be, actually. I do find the news generally quite boring. Forgive me, that's just my own ignorance. I'm more interested in music and physics and maths and art and culture. So let's see the next. Kylie Jenner is pregnant. Good luck to her. China to limit petrol exports to North Korea. CNN reported the Mexican girl who didn't exist. Why? We have a CNN report on the Muslims. Supposedly, they've referred to them as Muslims. Said it's true. It would take decades to drown the swamp, whatever it is. Oh yeah, that's the thing is infested. I just think we have a collapse of America. We move on to China, and then that will get more and more corrupted. Then we move to India. It seems to be what it's like. I'm interested in this one, and this is CNN. See, I don't actually see this. I know that a lot of conservatives love to bash CNN. So, no place to pray. Why Munich's Muslims are turning to old pubs and churches. All right. No ordinary place of worship. The community of liberal Muslims. They've defined them as liberal Muslims, seeking a new place. Now, why is that interesting? I'll tell you why it's interesting, because if you look at the photo, only men are in the mosque. So they're saying that the ones that have only men are liberal. That's fine. They can define it however they like. That's just interesting. Council spokesman. Okay, refugees have arrived in Munich. People were praying on the streets. We locked the door, but they were climbing in through windows. Okay. There were personal threats, so Muslims are victims, apparently. The absence of mosques is especially inconvenient on Fridays. That's a shame. Now they're praying in kitchens. Liberals, and it's all men. Okay. That's fine. It can be that. And they're praying in old churches. There you go. Europe, that's Europe, right? You asked for it, you got it. Good luck to you. Churches, theaters, and cultural institutions across Munich have since followed the lead, and it was easier to build a nuclear power plant. Yeah. Bavaria. Okay, poor victims. All right, so it's all about being victims. Okay, interesting stuff. His motivation is personal. That's their culture. Europe should only blame itself, like you said. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Why not? That's how it works. If you want your peace, see, for example, here, this is a liberal quote. If you want peace in your city, ensuring that religious communities have adequate space to practice their religion is a vital building block to peace. So if you don't give us enough, then you won't have peace. Which I guess is a peaceful comment. And how many Muslims based, blah, blah, blah. People is worried about overcrowding could once again be a problem. Till happens, pressure will continue to grow. Interesting stuff. I might take this to Gabsmacked and read this article and see what people think about it. There is a particular need for his take on Islam, one where men and women pray side by side, where the Imam preaches in German rather than Arabic, Turkish or Persian, and where liberal European values hold sway. That's nice. Sonia Haddad, who attends the Friday prayers, I really like the dynamic of the group. It's spoken in German. It's fantastic. Also pleased to be part of the congregation where women are so welcomed fully. It's nice. We support the idea of a European Islam. See, this is all consistent with what I've been saying, how when the original, for example, what Europe considered barbarians when they first came in, then they became Europeanized, and now most Europeans are descendants of those people. So I think that tends to be what happens. So it would be some sort of liberal Islam in Europe. And so don't you sort of feel like Europeans brought it on themselves? I don't know why they complain. Anti-Muslim sentiment in the community may be influencing the decisions of council. It's a completely different story, but the pagans converted to Christianity. This is true, they did, but it took them, 200 to 300 years. I mean, even Spain was Aryan up until about the 600-700s, before it became Islamized. But then even afterwards, it was still a mix. And then early in the 1400s, I think it was 1492, when they had the Reconquista and they eliminated any non-Catholics. Interesting stuff, yeah. Interesting. And I don't know, for me, I've heard someone submit that Islam is a sect of Christianity, which, it's that's one take on it, which is it's sort of halfway between a sect and an independent faith. There's a lot of overlap, that's for sure. Slightly different take, but anyway. All right, well, this was an interesting irrational episode. No one got irrational. We'll see how we go. I'd like to see what people think of that. It'd be interesting. I might take it to Gavsmack. Do you think it's worth asking people what their thoughts are? Or should we let it go? Maybe. Yeah, it's a half-half, right? Maybe I'll take it to our small group. Yeah, I'll go there now. I'll take it to our small one. And we'll see what they say. All right, I will see you soon. Bye, bye, bye.